Welcome to A Piece of CX. This week I'm taking a look at Zoom Workplace and Zoom Docs in particular. I'm doing this because I'm building a demo for Zoom Virtual Agent, and I thought, well, if I'm building a demo, why don't I show you what it looks like to build the constituent parts? So I'm going to build an FAQ for the awesome cheese deli, and it's the new year. I definitely had a cheese board or two over Christmas, and it was on my mind. So that's the inspiration for the awesome cheese company. Who knows? Hey, it's no cricket for once, at least, and no wrestling references in this one. So here, what I've done so far is I've got two documents, one on shipping, and they're pretty comprehensive, and I didn't write them. So we've got shipping and we've got cheese safety, because we always need to make sure that, your cheese does not have a sour smell or a putrid odor. It's a lovely term, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is I have asked Gemini, because why not use as many different AI tools as possible, to give me a list of FAQs. And then I'm going into Zoom Docs and I'm going to create me a new document. So I'm going to say here, right, an FAQ for how to build the perfect cheese board. Now, I could just give it that instruction, but I can also improve the prompt. This generally you're going to use if you've got multiple things that you want it to do. But here, look, it's gone, taken my one sentence and gone, I can do better than that. So we will click that and it will now start working on this. And you'll see here 3 to 5 different cheeses, the various different types, how many you want. It's currently going in ounces per person, which we don't use them in the UK anymore. So I'm going to go back to my prompt, I think, and just update that. Right, okay. So we've got a big old document here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to write down a couple of these. So I'm going to put serving and storage to one side. And we'll put cheese cutting to one side. And we'll do beverage pairings as well. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to delete all of these sections for now. And we'll just call this creating the perfect cheese board. Now, this is a bit of fun for me. This is creating a knowledge base that I'm then going to use in a virtual agent. But the beauty about Zoom's AI companion is we can be creating documents based off of meetings we've been on, telephone calls we've been on, all of that kind of stuff. And the integrated, seamless nature of the Zoom platform means, we can take the AI companion into Docs and create from it as well. We can see here we've got to create from meetings. I'm not sure the last meeting I had on Zoom, so we won't click that live on a demo. I will come back to that. But what I can do here is carry on creating. So I'm going to go here with cheese pairings. And we will go here. And what was it? It was create an FAQ on the best beverage and food pairings for cheeses. Let's have a look at this now if I just give it my prompt to start with. There we go. Actually, I'm not going to go back and change that because I think we've got quite a lot of detail there. We even have a nice little table being created. So this gives us our little folder of FAQs that I can carry on adding to and using in a virtual agent experience, but also sharing if I wanted to elsewhere. One of the other ways in which Zoom Docs is really handy is when you've had a meeting. So using the Zoom AI companion, which is going to be taking notes and actions and creating tasks potentially for you, all of that rolls up into a document. Now, you'll get this through as an email anyway after completing a meeting. And here's a podcast recording, and it's Marion, who was our Christmas Eve guest. So All of these words are in the ether anyway, so nothing to worry about there. And what we can see here is it has created pretty comprehensive. If you've gone and listened to the podcast, we'll talk about some of the other steps as well. We can go with a quick digest and it will tell us what is going on with this content. Now we have a summary of a summary, which is all getting a little bit meta. Looks like we have a couple of other options as well where it's going to, we can create a mind map from this as well, which is pretty cool. All of this just makes that meeting that I've had easier to digest, easier to understand, easier to document. I still am someone that will take copious notes. In fact, the only time I don't take notes normally is when I'm recording a podcast. So this is really, really handy. Transpose this into the meetings you are having on a day-to-day basis within your business. I'll give you an idea of some of the functionality that is at play there. If I go back, another type of document we can create is a data table. So here, if we go back to that cheese example that we're building out, then maybe here I'm going to have a stock list of prices, all that kind of stuff. And we can add various different things here as well. Pre-formatted, very similar to Excel, but we could go with Project Tracker as well if we wanted to. And in fact, that's another interesting thing here is there's loads of different templates. So Zoom Docs might be something that you've just not realized you have as part of your wider Zoom licensing, but for documentation needs, it's actually very, very handy. I mean, we've got examples here of lightweight CRMs, of project timelines, of content calendar. Feels like one I should have there, of task management. And all of this comes together really nicely in the ecosystem. So what we're going to do is actually take the documentations that we've been creating for the Awesome Cheese Company. And in one of our next videos, we're going to roll that up into the Zoom AI Studio and start using that as knowledge, namely for Zoom Virtual Agent and also for Zoom Agent Assist. So thank you very much for watching a piece of CX.